We're back with the patio paver project we're working on. Bruce is over there laying some of the pavers down right now. And yeah, that's what we got going on today. So what we're doing is we're taking some of the sand that we had left over in the pile over here next to the gate, moving it to the front so we can actually level out these pavers.
That's a bad place for that, bud.
I was just kind of trying to get him to see, because then I'm going to move him back inside and do the whole safety stuff.
Okay.
So, alright. But that's as far as we got so far.
So here's the first thing that we had to do. We got to keep it level across. So what we want to do is we want to take a 2x4 that's going to be long enough and use that to make a level line all the way across. At this point, we ran a string line in order to keep everything straight all the way across, and then we start putting in our pavers. At this point, we're going to go in and do a real quick safety video with you, so you can see how to do some things inside. What we're going to be using is a skill saw that has a, I don't know if they can see this, Shane.
They can.
Alright, it has a blade with basically no teeth. What it is this whole front 1/4 inch, or this whole 1/4 inch on the bottom of the saw is a diamond tip so that we can cut the concrete. Now when you're cutting the concrete, make sure you have safety glasses, some sort of a respirator. These are the respirators that we have. A regular dust mask will work, but have something on so that you can kind of keep it out of your lungs. Don't forget the safety glasses, wear gloves, and then because the way that we have to cut these, we had to make a type of a jig that we can put the block in to hold it while one guy cuts it. As you can see, it slips in there real nice, and it holds it pretty good in spot so that it doesn't slide around and that. So just keep in mind, if you have to build one of these, go ahead and build it. All this is a couple of 1x2s with a piece of plywood underneath it that I screwed down to this pallet and put another piece across the top just to hold everything in together. So that's kind of where we're at right now. Shane has earplugs in to keep the noise down a little bit. I'm going to go out and I'm going to take a couple more measurements and we'll go from there. I'll show you how I'm measuring these. It's not rocket science. Okay, this is the easiest way to do it. You can, if you really want to, you can go through and do all the math on it to figure it out what you got to do. This is the quickest and simplest way to do it. Just put your block in there where it's straight. Make a mark at the top, make a mark at the bottom. You can see their offset so that we can follow this line, and then we just put our pavers in all the way across, and when we get to the end one, we know that we have to cut that end one. So once we get there, then we'll cut that. We'll go back in. Okay, I've got my 2 marks on here. So all I'm doing is taking a straight edge. Doesn't matter what it is. This happens to be an old ruler that I got from somewhere. I don't even remember where I got it. But then I'm going to just take and draw my line across there. And then we're going to put it in the jig, kind of at an angle. And now I'm going to let Shane cut that. And I'm going to keep going on getting everything into place.
because of the type of saw and the size of the blade we have, we're going to actually do this in 2 cuts so that we don't burn out our saw or the blade. And we're going to go only about a 1/2 inch through the first cut, and then we'll drop that blade down the rest of the way and then cut through the rest of the way the second time. Another bit of safety for you guys, because the way I'm cutting this, as you can see, I'm on this side of the cut, so whatever I'm cutting is going to fall directly towards my feet. If you're going to do this, put steel toes on. Brick hurts, so put steel toes on if you're going to be doing it this way. Alright, well, now that you've seen how that's done, we'll go ahead and move you outside so you can see the progress of the pavers being put into place.
enough for today. We'll finish it up tomorrow. As you can see, there wasn't too much left to do, but you know, we started out a little rough in this area up here, but we figured out that we had to level everything out as we were going through, and now we've kind of got a system going, and we're doing okay.
So far, it looks pretty good.
So with that, have a peachy day. I'm Bruce.
I'm Shane.
And I'm Callie.
And this is Callie. Like, share, leave some comments, and have a peachy night. Bye.
And subscribe.
Stay tuned for the last part of this and see what it looks like when it's all done.